Big Boar Barbecue presents Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG-TV with Dan the Voice Decker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Riker. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue, now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning.
Hey, race fans, welcome in to Seven Rivers Racing KQEG TV from the 52nd Annual Oktoberfest Race Weekend. I am the voice, Dan Dyke, along with me, Kevin Ramsell, who's going to be doing some announcing with me over the next 4 days. Billy Doc Niles has problems with the camper, so he couldn't come out, and of course, Paul had to work. So I think K-Ram,
we got taken care of. Even though I got a temporary shirt with the. We'll unveil the name later on, by the way. So
yeah,
for that.
Well,
that's the reason why we have it taped up.
I felt bad last year. He didn't have a shirt with his name on it. So then this year, someone has some recognition of what he does out here and what he's done on the radio and TV show. So this year we thought, well, you know, Kevin's a part of the announcing family. So we have released
limited edition.
There it is. The Oktoberfest 4 guys in a dump truck shirt. Isn't that outstanding?
The official Fest Tower shirt.
Got to thank Matt Henderson. Matt Henderson put these together. Of course, he's got his new screen printing company, and he can wraps race cars. Matter of fact, his Super Late that'll be out here this weekend, the second one he's bought from Johnny Sauter now.
Oh.
He's wrapped it himself. First time he's ever done that.
And he did that while trying to make our shirts at the same time, because this was like a last-minute thing we put together.
That, and he had a lot of T-shirt and sweatshirt orders to get in for the racers that are going to be here at Fest.
So we do really appreciate him taking the time to just make these very limited edition shirts.
Yeah, that means you get it dirty. Well, too bad, because we only have one apiece. Boy, I tell you what, it's so nice to be back here again. It is gorgeous weather, 52 years now here at Oktoberfest. This is my 15th to call, and it just shocks me that the years have gone by like that.
And I think this is my 16th. I think I started doing the PR stuff for Oktoberfest in 2005, 2006.
And this will be your second full year on the microphone with me up in the tower. Fourth full year.
Fourth full year.
Wow.
Yeah, I know time flies when you're having fun.
That's what happens when Frederickson's cookies up there just won't go away.
Oh, yeah. We should be getting those any day now, too. So.
You'll be seeing that on Facebook. So here we go. Couple of changes to the event schedule this year. We have La Crosse late models on Thursday and Friday. They're going to run 220 lappers, which is exciting.
Yep.
Nick Mergic going to try to beat out Steve Bachman for that track championship.
He's got a pretty good points lead coming into this weekend.
63.
63. That's comfortable, but 4 features could really turn that thing around.
Well, Steve did ask Nick very politely, and congratulations, Steve Bachman, by the way. He and his wife had their baby.
Oh, congratulations.
He thought it was going to happen during Fest.
So it's the baby timed it out well.
Yes,
Great.
Very well.
Good.
Steve did ask him politely on Facebook to miss the first race. Nick's like, I don't think that's going to happen.
Well, one of the things we talked about, too, is what would happen if Nick Mergic would crash on the first lap. That would turn the whole championship thing around.
Yeah, Steve's going to be right in the thick of things. Also going to have the Super Late Model Futures race Thursday night, and the new race this year is the Super Late Model Knights race. This is going to be interesting.
The Knights of Oktoberfest, as it's called. And basically, that's a race that's set up for drivers who are not eligible for the Futures race. The Futures race was created a long time ago to help young up-and-coming drivers to have a race of their own, 25-lap feature, without the pros or the more experienced guys out there. This was a great way of helping them to get more seat time, getting into the Dick Trickle 99 and the Oktoberfest 200 on Sunday. And so many people were like, hey, what about us? And Chuck and Greg came up with this idea of the Knights of Oktoberfest, kind of a little tribute to the Black Knight, the Blue Knight, the Purple Knight, the Johnny Bogeman, Dick Trickle, Tom Ruffner era. And with it, and they got a really cool trophy for that tomorrow night. That's going to be a 25-lap feature, so an extra super late model race on Thursday night at Fest.
Thursday night, we're going to crown the Sportsman, Six Shooters, and Hornet champions right here at the La Crosse Speedway. Of course, Friday, we're going to crown the La Crosse late model champion. Friday is a big one as well. We've got the Twin 20s for the NASCAR late models. We've got the Area Sportsman, and, of course, the world-famous, the one and only Dick Trickle 99, the original Dick Trickle 99, the only race that's ever been
blessed by Dick himself.
Yes, blessed by Dick himself. You know, if you look at last year, more guys want to win that race than they do pretty much anything else throughout the weekend.
It's named after a hero of many of the drivers in the pits, fans in the stands and everything. And for him to be a participant in the first year, and then he came back every year until his untimely passing in 2013, it's still a void in everybody's hearts 8 years later that he's not here at Fest this weekend.
Saturday, we go to the big track. And the big track only, we've got super late models with ARCA Midwest Tour. Big 8 late model series will be here. Mid-American stock cars, Midwest trucks, and Midwest Dash. And I heard a lot of people that watched the trucks being moved to Saturday last year. What an exciting way to kick on that Saturday.
It was an exciting way to kick it off. Plus, it allowed more people who more of those competitors who may have had to work on Fridays, they have a real easy breather, take a little sigh of relief, and come out on Saturday, get their truck ready. I expect a huge truck count for this weekend.
26 pre-registered. One of those is going to be on the program next. Natalie Decker going to be coming out of the NASCAR ranks. She will be in a Midwest Truck Series truck, and it was 8 years ago this weekend that right down here I announced her as the ARCA Midwest Tour Truck Series Rookie of the Year.
Yep.
Who was it the year later? Derek Kraus. I've had the honor to have both of them right down here. And, of course, Derek Lemke, she owns the super late model team, so she's going to be busy this year.
And speaking of truck drivers, Derek Kraus will be here as well, too.
Saw that? That's going to be – Derek's going to have a full weekend as well.
Yep.
Sunday, super late model, the ARCA Midwest Tour, Oktoberfest 200. Vintage cars, the Upper Midwest Vintage Series will be back again. And the Oktoberfest. Man, has this thing become – this will be the third year, and this has become an awfully popular race.
Awfully popular. Action on the track and
off the track. And then back here, I guess, That's the coolest thing is all these crate-motored cars that are coming out that started at Dells Raceway Park. There's going to be a nice number. I'd say 18 to 20 of them. Not only do you win the race, but then you have a chance to stand right down here.
Yep.
Somebody pulls a name and wins a brand-new motor.
Yep, and it was kind of great last year seeing Pete Moore, longtime veteran of short track racing, win that motor. And we've been seeing him around these things. What I like what that Oktoberfest, a whole 602 late model division turned into, is that they're more and more using that outlaw body, which is giving a real big distinction from what a super late is. So it won't confuse the fans when they see that outlaw body. They know that's a 602.
More of a boxed cut shape than you do anything with a rounded shape. So, we've got a lot going on, and then there's all the stuff going on. There's thousands of campers here already. You've got the pet parade. You've got the pumpkin contest. You've got the ever-growing popular bags tournament that comes up here for 2 days. The Champions Reunion will be back up here Sunday morning, right up there in the Big Red Barn. You got the on-track autograph session. It's going to be right down here. The memorabilia show, all kinds of stuff. You get a concert 3 different days, Friday, Saturday afternoon, Saturday night. Check out OktoberfestRaceWeekend.com for all the information. Everything's there, pricing, schedules, daily events, you name it, it's going to be there. And, man, I am so ready to kick this weekend off.
And you're buying me a pork chop sandwich and a granny apple this year, aren't you?
Would you like a job making people happy? Well, I believe we can help you out. Big Boar Barbecue and Catering has openings for both full and part-time work. Days, nights, or weekends. Need to be free on weekends or need to be done by the time the kids get out of school? We can work with that. We need hard-working, energetic people who love to make people happy because our food makes everybody happy. Join the team at Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
Big Boar Barbecue.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back to Seven Rivers Racing, KQEG TV, home of the Oktoberfest race weekend. Of course, the voice sounds pretty good today because I haven't put in 4 days of announcing yet. Dan Diker, Kevin Ramsell, I'm so happy to have these two folks down here with me. It was 8 years ago in 3 days that I had Natalie Decker right down here on this little piece of concrete announcing her as the Midwest Truck Series Rookie of the Year. And after the trials and tribulations she's had, she's back for Oktoberfest race weekend. Welcome back to your other home.
Thank you so much. I'm so grateful we get to be here, and I'm going to be racing a truck again. So this is so cool, and Derek's going to be racing the super late, and I'm just thankful we get to be here. We put a lot of work into it, and I'm most excited to see Derek back in the race car.
That was the biggest thing. It was also in the first release comes out that you, and it's not just Derek in the race car, you own this team now. And I was like, whoa, wait a minute, that is way cool.
Thank you. Yeah, everyone's calling me crazy for wanting to be a team owner, but I've had so much fun, and it is a lot of work, but we love racing, and coming back short track racing after doing a lot of stuff in NASCAR and with the Trans Am Series, this is definitely where our hearts are. We love short track racing, and I'm glad I'm a team owner. It's fun so far. Nothing crazy yet.
So Derek, I guess the question is, how tough is she as a team owner?
So far, I haven't been yelled at too many times, but I'll stand like this when I say this. It's going good so far.
I saw the wink. We won't talk about the wink. So, and there was a word of, please help me as well, too, with that. So,
and then, of course, like 2 days later, the second big news and notes comes down because I really got gigs. I get to announce you again. You're coming back to race on Saturday with the Midwest Truck Series.
Yes, that is so true. I'm so excited. Marthaler is on Derek's car, and that is who I'll be racing with in the truck series, or the truck, the ARCA Midwest truck. And I'm excited for that because, like you said, Rookie of the Year, how many years ago was that?
8 years ago.
And I was like in tears when Derek told me that he reached out and was like, he wants you to race one of his trucks. I was so excited. It felt so good. Like, I think that news was probably the best news out of all the news I could have had that week.
and Dan, if I remember right, and Natalie, you can tell me wrong, didn't you win like a heat race here at Oktoberfest one year in like a sportsman car?
I do have a couple pictures of me in Victory Lane here. One with my 4-cylinder. That was the first time I was ever here, and it was a blue car. And I don't think I was much taller than I am now, or shorter.
No.
Shorter, I mean. But yeah, I remember that was my first time here at Oktoberfest, and I fell in love with coming to this racetrack. So I'm thankful my dad took me here.
And then Derek, for you, what's it like to come back here and actually race at Oktoberfest this year in the super late model?
It'll be a lot of fun coming back out and racing. First off, thank you to Natalie for putting everything together, and everyone over here on the wall for pitching in and helping out. It's exciting to be back out here just racing in general, but then back in the Midwest and at Oktoberfest out of all events, I'm really excited.
And then your dad's has logged a lot of laps around here during your old ARCO days, John Lemke.
Oh yeah, he's going to be on the radio for me this weekend. So he's always been on the radio for me throughout my whole racing career, so I'm sure he'll be able to help me knock the dust off pretty quick.
So now, Thursday to Sunday, what is your schedule going to be like?
We're going to try and compete in all the events here this weekend with the Futures, the Trickle, and then the big tour race on Sunday. So we're just going to try and keep our nose clean, learn as much as we can throughout the weekend, and really try and get as many checkered flags as we can.
You know, one of the big advantages is watching Natalie, and I mean the entire Decker family that ran here, I think the first 6 years I was the announcer at the track. The seat time she has, she knows the nooks and crannies, she knows how to go in, come out, I mean the whole shebang, and I'm sure she's still got some pretty good notes up in the head. Who else are you going to kind of lean on this weekend when she may not be around?
You know, well, I got my dad who's made a lot of laps here, and then also just when we walked in with Travis Braden, who's crew chiefing for me this weekend, he took one look at the track and he already had some game plans on what he was going to do to the car. So I'm excited to get out on track and see what we have and see the improvements going through the weekend.
And then that's the other part of the team over here. Talk about Travis and the female sitting next to him. That's kind of exciting for you guys.
Yes, they're our best friends, first of all. We absolutely love them, and I'm so thankful that they are in our lives. And they are the best people we could have here at the track with us. Travis crew chiefing and Jess. She does amazing things for short track racing, and she's so creative, and I love having her here. If we didn't have Travis and Jess to come with us, and then Derek's race team that he grew up racing with, we would not be able to be here racing. So we're pretty lucky.
And for the people who don't know who Travis Braden is, he is a West Virginia graduate. And the 2019 Snowball Derby winner. By the way, he never led a lap, but he's a 2019 Snowball Derby winner. And former, you said it yourself, and a former ARCA CRA Super Series champion as well, too. So he's got some good ideas of what to do at this track.
So, of course, with Natalie coming back, it's not going to be all about racing. Now, first off, let's plug the apparel, because I saw that she's going to be the mastermind behind the apparel you guys are bringing.
She's just the mastermind behind anything creative and content. She knows her stuff. And, yeah, we work together for weeks designing apparel, and we have Travis Braden apparel. We have Natalie Decker Racing, Derek Lemke apparel. We have it all, and we're going to have a tent here, and my mom will be there selling apparel. I'll probably be up there, and Jess will be up there, and maybe Derek will make an appearance at some point.
And then, like we talked on the radio show, the most important part of the entire race weekend Kevin and I are some of the judges for the pet contest on Friday morning. Did you bring both the dogs?
We have our 2 dogs and my parents' 2 dogs. So we have 4 total dogs here, and we will be at the parade.
Derek, we do accept cash. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to say.
Oh, that's right. Talk about the ice
ice
cream real
cream,
quick.
yeah.
I've had so many people after they heard you on the radio go, dude, that commercial was hilarious. What is spicy ice cream?
Yeah, Hot Scream. They're a sponsor that Kaz Gorala and I share, and he currently is racing in the Cup Series. And, you know, if you want to try some, and that'll give me some bonus points for the dog parade.
Yes. We could actually be nibbling on it as the dogs are walking by.
I'll just come hand it to you.
The bonus. See how
the dogs will bring it to you.
That's even better. Oh, that would be so cool.
That will be their costume.
Jesse will be there with a camera. That's going to be cool. We have spicy dogs. Can't wait. I can't wait to see what that turns out to be.
Spicy hot dog's supposed to be 80 degrees on Friday.
Real quickly, once you guys are done here at Oktoberfest, what is in store for you for the rest of the year?
Well, for me, what is in store is I will be racing my last Xfinity races at Martinsville. And then I do have one more race. It's not announced yet, so y'all have to stay tuned.
Here's what is it? And in your Xfinity series, you have a really cool car owner as one of the members of Rascal Flatts, if I recall, right?
One of our sponsors is Red Street Records, and the owner of Red Street Records, yes, you're correct.
Yep.
They are part of Rascal Flatts.
So we got to wrap the segment up, but we do want to, like we did on radio, you wouldn't be here without some of the fantastic advertising partners you guys have.
Yes. I mean, look at this car. Look at this car. Okay. We got Spring Rates, major sponsor. Thank you so much to Spring Rates and TLG. They came on board last minute, and Derek, thank you for doing that. I know I said I would take all the work, but thank you. And then Marthaler Automotive, Spoonie Shop, and then Eagle Disposal down there on the bottom. So, I mean, it's just wonderful to get this many sponsorships and have this many people supporting us for this race. It really means a lot, and we're really, really excited about it.
Natalie Decker, Derek Lemke, man, I'm just still excited.
That
it's so
spice
weird.
cream has got you going, man. You know,
8 years later, that here she is, Rookie of the Year. Now she's back up here watching what she's done for those 8 years. She's always been a thrill to have back on the radio show. We appreciated you guys being there. And, hey, have fun this weekend.
Thank you so much.
Of course, thank you guys for having us, and hopefully we talk to you again soon.
Alrighty, coming up next, we've got another gal that's going to be turning some laps here at Oktoberfest and the lacrosse late models for the first time. Hanna Raley is going to join us next here on KQEG TV.
Are you tired of the typical fundraiser? Well, Big Boar Barbecue can offer you an alternative. How about a pork dinner? Pork, beans, and slaw. A complete meal. It's different, it's fast, and it's easy. And you don't pay for what you don't sell, guaranteeing you make a profit. So if your church, school, sports team, or special cause needs a fundraiser, call us today. We've helped all sorts of groups raise thousands of dollars. Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16, West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
At Big Boar Barbecue.
American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning is built to a higher standard, so you can focus on the problems in your life that really actually matter. Like figuring out which remote turns the TV on, or the smell in the vegetable crisper that in no way can be vegetables, or finding your phone when you leave it on vibrate. Whatever you're worrying about, it won't be this. American Standard Heating and Air Conditioning, built to a higher standard.
Welcome back, race fans. KQEG TV, 7 Rivers Racing. I'm the voice, Dan Diker. Along with me is K-Ram, Kevin Ramsel. Billy Doc had some problems with the camper this weekend, so he's not going to be able to join us. And, of course, Paul is working. We filmed the show on Wednesday. Do want to invite you. We're going to live simulcast the program from 12 until 2 on Saturday with the radio show out here at the Oktoberfest race weekend. Was excited to get a text from this young lady here. We had her on the show about 2 years ago in the exhibition hall. There she was just kind of a spectator. She's done some racing. The name of the family has done quite a bit of racing. But Hanna Raley joining us. How are you?
Good. Thank you for having me.
So I got a text, 3 days ago, and I tell you what, this woman was excited of what the news was that she broke. What are you doing here at Fest this year?
I'm finally breaking my Fest virginity, and we're racing with the lacrosse late models in the Big 8 race series this weekend.
How did that come about? I mean, that's a huge jump from you used to run like the Hornets Bandits.
Yeah, this year I've been really traveling to Hawkeye, Dells, all over Madison. We raced a couple races with the Big 8 series, and so here we are, and might as well, while we're up here, run with the lacrosse late models too.
Yeah, you mentioned Hawkeye Downs, and that track is pretty close to the same style of what lacrosse is as well, but this is a half mile. What'd you learn at that track?
Patience is key there. Especially with my crate motor, I got to hold the momentum going through the corners, and racing Madison actually helped too, but so we'll see what happens today and what kind of car we got.
I'll tell you what, jumping right in with both feet with the lacrosse late models, obviously we've been averaging 25, 26 this year. What is it going to be like when you get to run with the likes of Steve Carlson and Nick Murgic and Danny Frederickson and some of these huge names you've been watching here since you were yay high?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool to be able to watch those guys from the stands the last couple years and to be actually on track with them this year is going to be a dream come true for sure.
And with the lacrosse late models and the Big 8, you're going to log a lot of laps because of lacrosse late models. We'll be running 2 20-lap features on Thursday, again on Friday, and then the 38-lap on Saturday night with the Big 8 series.
Yeah, that's going to be a lot of laps around here, a lot of seat time, which is going to be key around this track for sure.
So who are you going to get help from? Is there any drivers here this weekend that you're kind of leaning on, or anybody come up to ask you, hey, did you need some help with this setup or anything like that?
Not quite yet. I'm sure some people will see me around out there. We got a couple tips and tricks from Andrew Morrissey. He's been setting up my cars this year.
Gee,
so
there's a guy to get
yeah.
one from. Wow.
He is the man on this car for sure. He's done a lot of setup work with my cars this year, and it's been awesome.
Well, when you get a guy that wins Fest 2 years ago on the 200-lapper on Sunday, I think his advice is going to work.
Yeah, I hope so. He's an awesome guy, and to help on just the regular late models is pretty cool to have him helping out.
And he was one of the fastest guys last year as well, too. So he's got this thing down pretty good, especially with this kind of weather.
So this is going to be for Fest. Are you going to kind of catapult into next year? Have you talked about what your plans are going to be?
Actually, we have a big plan in store for next year. You'll see me up here next year at Fest with one of the other traveling series. We can't really release that yet. But we'll be all around the state of Wisconsin next year. So.
You just got to be excited to the gills because this is like the marquee race weekend in the entire country, and here you are getting ready to go down on it.
Right, yeah. At work, we were talking about it yesterday. They're like, this is like the Winston Cup. And I said, this is my biggest race of my career. So we'll see what happens this weekend, and going into next year, we got some big plans.
So when next year with your big plans, will you be doing any tailgating?
I can't release that. I can't release that.
I tried, Dan. I tried.
You'll see a post over the winter on my Facebook on what we're doing, and I'm sure there'll be some pictures of what we're doing. But I can't release it yet.
Okay.
The Raley name is synonymous here in the Midwest when it comes to racing. How much support are you getting from your family? Because they've just got to be excited along with you.
Yeah, family's a big thing. My spotter, actually, she took over at the Milwaukee Mile this year when I raced there with the Big 8 series. That was her first time spotting there, Alyssa, my sister. So she'll be spotting for me all weekend, and my dad, and just my whole family is part of it.
So you mentioned Alyssa, your sister, is your spotter. Now, is she that real good, calm, cool spotter that just keeps you nice and calm, or does she get more excited than you?
It's a little bit of both. It depends. During practice, she'll be a little bit more excited and get on me some more, but during the race, she keeps me calm, cool, and collected, for sure.
And the thing is, your sister is kind of young as well. I mean, spotting is not just something you can just grab a set of headphones and stand up in the grandstands. How did she learn how to do this?
She's been listening in the last couple years with my spotters. I've had several spotters over the last couple years. Brad Worthen, you guys know him, racing around here. I've had Frank Cryer spot for me for a year, so she's been listening on some good spotters and got some good keynotes from them.
Frank Cryer, Andrew Morrissey. Boy, who else are we going to name drop that's working with you? That's outstanding.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool. I've met a lot of cool people over my racing career and a lot of big names for sure.
If you know, she did not mention Bill Doc Niles, so that's a good thing on that part. So,
or Paul. We can't have the weekend start off like that.
Exactly.
So. I know you got to have some great sponsors helping you out, too, because obviously you just can't jump into a late model and a Big 8 out here and coast around.
Yeah, my biggest sponsor is going to be my parents. My dad, he has a mechanic shop right from our house, AK Auto and Tire. Pampered Chef by Kate Raley. Beaver Dam Property Rentals. Who else? Sassy Cow Creamery. There's got to be a couple
Another
more.
good ice cream one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, you got to have the food sponsors in there. Exactly. Two good ones there.
Yeah, obviously, as a racer, your whole thing is you want to win, but what would be your expectations? What would make you a good, satisfied weekend for you?
Just be able to log laps around here and get some key notes for our setup just to basically just, I don't know, get better and better over the weekend. If we can turn faster lap times each time we go out, that's a win in my book. Just more seat time around here, that's a win for me.
So I'll prep for 2022.
Tell you, that's going to be, and what a better way to do it, too. I mean, you've got so many minds that are going to be not only racing, but the Toby Noodlemans of the world and the John Scotts and guys like that. I mean, anywhere you look here at Fest, you need help. Boom, there it is.
Yeah, there's a lot of good people around here in the pits. If we have questions, we know who to go to for sure.
Well, I tell you, I was so excited when she texted me the other day. She's like, do you still do that TV show at Fest? I'm like, yeah. She goes, I got some breaking news for you, and just threw it out there, and could not wait to get her back on. So maybe we do this again in another 2 years.
That sounds good to me.
Well, what we're going to have to do is at the end of the weekend, we're going to put the mic in front of her again, get her put it on the radio show for the month of October. Once you've done the racing, just to see what the experience was like.
That sounds good. I can't wait to share with you guys.
What we should do is have her sister spot for her next time she's being interviewed.
And just kind of whisper stuff.
Yeah,
in her. No,
yeah,
she did
really
good.
Yeah.
She was nervous when we had her 2 years ago. Now she's becoming a pro.
Yep, she has got all the sponsors.
Hanna Raley going to be running 2 20-lappers with the lacrosse late models on Thursday and Friday, then the Big 8 Series on Saturday. Can't wait to see what she can do out here. That's going to do it for the program. Again, we're going to be live simulcast for the radio show Saturday from noon until 2 inside the J&L Collectibles tent. So make sure you stop down. And the first hour dedicated to Rich Bickle. That's going to be a cool hour. And then a ton of guests coming up that second hour. Want to thank Natalie Decker and Derek Lemke, Hanna Raley, and everybody for joining us on today's program. Come on out. We are at Oktoberfest.
You've been watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV with Dan the Voice Diker, Billy Doc Niles, and Paul the Statman Reichert. Brought to you by Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Big Boar Barbecue. Now that's a mouthful. By Carey Heating and Air Conditioning, your residential specialist, serving the La Crosse area since 1929. Carey Heating and Air Conditioning. Thanks for watching Seven Rivers Racing on KQEG TV.
Would you like a job making people happy? Well, I believe we can help you out. Big Boar Barbecue and Catering has openings for both full and part-time work. Days, nights, or weekends. Need to be free on weekends or need to be done by the time the kids get out of school? We can work with that. We need hard-working, energetic people who love to make people happy because our food makes everybody happy. Join the team at Big Boar Barbecue, Highway 16 West Salem. Now that's a mouthful.
Big Boar Barbecue.